Hello and welcome to a special edition of Modern Jubilees. This edition is for all of the anti-Semites that I have encountered in my 1 month on YouTube. After 1 month, I've gotten some weird comments, and as an analytical person, I really tried to break them down and understand what on earth they were saying. But at the essence of these messages that I ended up deleting was essentially a attempt to erase my identity altogether. And that is, I think, the essence of the classic anti-Semitism that I might find or encounter all around the world when people don't even necessarily understand that they're doing it or mean to do it. And they might just really think these things. But I want to make some things clear. No one's gonna come on to my channel and convince me that people like Abraham or Moses didn't exist or aren't who I think they are and who I know them to be. And if you're talking in the third person about Jewish people or Israelites, then you're doing it wrong. It's very first person for me. It's thousands of years of first person being a Jewish person, being an Israelite. While much of the world was living very simple lives, my ancestors have passed down an incredible tradition that is very rich, very full of texts and stories and wisdom and divinity and holiness. And that's just a fact. No one can take that from me. From a very, very, very young age, I've been studying these Hebrew texts of the Torah, the Bible, in the original Hebrew. And then I went and studied holy texts from all around the world. And then I went and visited sacred places all around the world and spoke to amazing people all around the world. So this isn't coming from some sort of head in a box at all. I am proud to be exactly who I am, and I know exactly my identity. I know who my ancestors were going back 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years. I know the chain of my ancestors all the way back to the pages of the Bible. So I have zero question who I am and where I come from and what my identity is. And I'm starting to think that the people who are all over this online world that I'm 1 month into, who are so confident in trying to tell me who didn't exist and who isn't real and what didn't happen, it's starting to seem like this is very much a deflection kind of thing where the people who are saying these things, maybe they have no idea who their identity is. Maybe they don't know where they come from. Maybe they don't know their founding stories. Maybe they don't know enough about themselves. And so they're playing this game of trying to just erase the identity of other people who have some of the most well-founded identities of anyone. So, to be clear, I'm an indigenous Jewish person, an indigenous Israelite person. You can't call me white because my ancestors were slaughtered by white people in the Holocaust. And I know where my ancestors were before they were in Europe. They were in Spain. And before they were in Spain, they were in the Middle East. That's my ancestry. And different Jewish people or Israelites will have their own ancestry, but I know that I originate in the Middle East. I know that I am native to and indigenous to the land of Israel. I come from these pages of the Bible. They're not something external to me. They are what I'm made of. They are what makes my life, my family, my community, my tribe, and my nation. I am a real person from a real people. And nothing anyone puts here and there about doubts of any little things can take that away. So that's just how I feel after 1 month on YouTube. I love God, and I love the Torah, I love the Bible, and I love Hebrew, and I love life, and I love humanity, and I love peace. Peace comes through order and through understanding, not through borut, ignorance. So if you think any of these crazy things about Jews or Israelites, I really encourage you to look deeper and to find people with other ideas and experiences and perspectives. And what's funny is, it doesn't even matter to me if you believe in Moses or Abraham. It doesn't even matter that much to me. I'm not trying to get you to believe these things. However, part of being an Israelite is understanding the unity of this universe and God's oneness, and bringing that monotheism into the world more, and getting rid of superstitions and idol worship and all sorts of other things through living good lives, through bringing light into the world, through trying to make things better wherever we can. That is how Israel has become such a success story overall. Overall, it is a miracle to have popped out of the desert after so many years of Israelites not having a nation state, to now have one again and become such a successful one. And no one's perfect. Not one nation, not one person, not one family. Nothing is perfect in this world. But I'm here, my nation is here. We Jewish people, Israelis, Israelites, are here to try to make things better. I don't speak for everyone, but we want a better world. We want something good that can work for everyone. But it's very important to understand that Jewish people are indigenous to the land of Israel and come from the Bible. This isn't a question. This isn't something you can ever take away from me. You can be lost to the truth and the wisdom that is so ancient that my nation has held onto despite all odds, and worked very hard and writing every letter by hand for thousands of years to make sure that these ancient, amazing texts and traditions and knowledge of God continues to be passed down from generation to generation. So if it wasn't clear, that's where I'm coming from. And my identity is not up for debate, because it's not something I made up in my head, and it's not something anyone in my family made up. It's what we are made of, who we are, and who we have been for thousands of years, and we have the records to show it. Not that we need to prove ourselves to anyone, because this is our identity. And if you want to not believe it, then don't believe it if you don't want to. But don't try and convince me that I'm not who I am, because all it tells me is that you have no idea who or what you are.